TV. I am Gurpreet, and today I'm interviewing Mr. Sandeep Marwah from AAFT University. So, today we are going to talk about the film, television, and OTT industry. Over to you, sir.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for inviting me today, and thank you for giving me this beautiful chance to talk to the viewers of EDU TV. It's very important to know that the glamour industry is the biggest industry on this earth. If you make a sum total of all the industries, you will be surprised to note that glamour industry is number one industry on this earth. But when it comes to India, we are the sixth biggest industry, and we are touching something like 2,35,000 crore rupees turnover at the end of 2019. Our targets for 2023, they were around about 3,05,000 crore. But unfortunately, because of pandemic, the industry has been hurt like any other industry. And the best part is that around about 10 million people are already working in media and entertainment industry. Then this industry is also supporting another 10 million people who are part and parcel of, let's say, hospitality, tourism, engineering, electricals, electronics, food and catering, interior designing, fashion industry, information technology. It's supporting even these kind of industries and people in this industry. There's an ample scope today when I talk about media and entertainment industry. I remember 27 years back, I gave one indication to the public that probably after a few years, the martial law of economics will change. But then that time people laughed at me because martial law of economics says necessities, comforts and luxuries. In necessities, food, clothing and shelter. But then what I did, I added food, clothing, entertainment, and then shelter. And I'm very happy that after 25 years, my statement has proved absolutely correct. Today, people need entertainment. Whatever condition you may be in, you need entertainment. And that's what this industry is trying to provide to the whole world. And I'm very happy when I say media and entertainment industry. Generally, it covers print, radio, television, cinema, new media, events, and then music, media education, and things like that. But today, since we are only going to talk about the films and television part, it's very important for people to know that we need something like 10,000 educated and trained personnel every year. Today in India, we are actually producing only around about 3 to 4,000 trained and educated personnel for this industry. That means whatever we are producing right now, we still have a scope for better, bigger, smarter, educated person for this industry. Because we have less trained people, probably that's one of the reason that people try to entertain all those people who are either in your relation or you're entering into the industry through somebody's reference, or you want to start from scratch and spend hell of a time and a hell of a money on your training itself. But now people have to understand one very important thing, that films and television, they're becoming very expensive medium. It is the most expensive expression in comparison to any other arts on this earth. If it's a painting, it will hardly cost you 2,500 rupees. If it's a sculpture, probably you can carry a stone free of cost, and you need a set of chisels and things like that, or a hammer for 2,500 rupees. Let's be very frank. If you are, let's say, in any other art, just compare yourself, probably you'll be spending 10, 20, 30,000 rupees kind of a thing. But the minute you get into visual media, television and cinema, a full-fledged training is required because it's a very expensive medium of expression. And any small program will cost you 200,000 to probably 10,000, 100,000 rupees. A small documentary will cost you 100,000 rupees. A fiction program, an episode of 22 minutes with a little better known star cast will cost you probably ₹1 million. A feature film will start only with 2 to 4, 5 crore of rupees. So you have to be very conscious at the time of actually producing a program. And and those all the fact is all that bhai bhatija wad is over in this industry. People want educated, trained people to approach them, and people will receive you with open hands. They would love to invite you. They would love to give you opportunity. They will love to give you some responsibility. But mind you, they expect that you are educated and trained in the industry. And there, the role of education centers, institutions, universities start coming in. And my dear friends, the fact is that when you talk about films and television, there are a large number of designations which are waiting for you. It all starts with a producer, executive producer, a co-producer. If you're ready to finance, you have this wonderful title with you. You can even start a small program with your own money, with less cost, kind of a thing. Then you have a directors, associate directors, you have co-directors, you have executive directors. That means anyone who is actually controlling the shooting floor, the one who has put in large input in the designing and then the execution of the program. Then you have production controller, production managers, assistant production controller, assistant production manager, line producer, people all who are connected with the production of the programs. And then the most another very important department is the cinematography department. If you're a well-trained, well-groomed, experienced cinematographer, people will depend on you, and you will be given sole responsibility of actually shooting a program. But then if you are a newcomer, then you can be a assistant cameraman, and you can be a lighting assistant, you can be just a helper to the camera department. In the same way, there is a lighting department. Then you are come down to the post production side. Actually speaking, in visual media, we divide the whole setup into three major segments: uh, 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 pre-production, production, and post-production. So I'm talking about production right now. And when you say pre-production, then obviously, if you're well trained, we need people like writers, assistant to writers, people who can work on script, on a short division. If you're in a direction department as an assistant director, you can get associated with the writing department as an assistant. You can get associated with the fashion. You can associated with all these segments we have in film and television industry. As a director, you can start assistant in any of the departments. Come back to the post production, then we have the major is editing. You, if you're a full-fledged experienced editor, you will be welcome to edit a program, a television program, and then slowly and gradually probably a feature film. Then you can be an assistant to the editor, you can be a sound recordist, you can be assistant to sound recordist, you can be an animator, you grapher, you can be if you're trained in titles, you can create titles for filmmaking. So on the whole, probably let me tell you, there are 20 different departments. And when you are in a television, people can take you even as a trained, educated, straight from institution, uh, as a wholesome, as a full in charge of the department. But then when you are in a feature film, because the feature film costs you a lot, it's expensive to make. Probably producer may not would like to give you a chance instantly, but you can be an assistant in feature films, and slowly and gradually you can grow in that whole field. And one good day you can be a yourself uh, uh, an editor or a sound recordist or a cinematographer or a director of the feature film too. So there is let's be very frank, there is a ample scope. Now, since you've added OTT is just a new segment, new department over the top. And at the end of the day, the films are films, whether they are they are shown on a big screen or they are shown on a small screen. uh, these things are to be sometimes pre-decided, and sometimes you need not to decide, because now whatever the feature films have been made, they are made for a big screen, but they all are now shown on television. So OTT is a new segment on television where all new films are shown, and these are all channels which even don't even need approvals from Government of India.
It was so nice talking to you, sir. We could understand about different career options and there are different departments in film industry, because what we could see is just the people who are acting, but there's a whole lot of team which is working behind. And everyone can just look for their interest and understand and learn about different skills in the careers that are being offered.
But then I have just told you about the technical side. Come back to the acting side. There's always a big scope for actors, male and female, and all sizes and all colors and all ages. Uh, you have to keep in mind that probably there may be a one director and five assistant directors. There may be a one cinematographer, maybe five assistant cinematographers, camera person, or maybe one editor, one sound recordist, and maybe three or four assistants. But when it comes to acting, probably one feature film or one television serial means 30 to 50, 30 to 100 actors you require, from a lead roles to a junior artist. That means it's a huge range for people even to get into the acting side, which is the most lucrative, attractive, but tough, because you need to suit to the role. And who finalizes? The director finalizes, because he has, it's a director's medium, and director has some kind of a figure in his mind for a one particular character. And if you suits to that character, probably he will instantly ask you to come and do that particular role. Otherwise, you have to go through the auditions, express yourself, your body language, your face expression, your voice, and and totally you as an actor. And these auditions are kept very safely for a long period of time. And the casting directors, they recommend you to directors that this particular person is most suitable for this particular role in this particular film or a television serial. And there you get an opportunity to wonders and be on screen and available to millions of people in just one go.
That is so true, sir. Thank you for the valuable information. Have an amazing day.